Hi, this is Triveni, working as assistant professor in Chevrolet Engineering College in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In today's session, I'm going to explain you about Hamming code. Okay, so first, what is Hamming code? Suppose if you want to transmit binary data over the computer network, the data may be corrupted due to interference or not, or network problems, or if the channel is noisy channel. Means the corrupted data means ones may change it to zeros and zeros may change it to ones. Okay, so when the digital data is received at the receiver is corrupted data. Okay, so whatever the data we received at the receiver is the corrupted data, means it contains error. Okay, so to detect and correct such errors in that binary data, what we have to do, we have to retransmit the data or we have to correct the data. Okay, so generally these error correcting codes can be classified into two types. So one is block codes and another one is convolutional codes. So what is block codes? Block code means in this message is divided into fixed sized blocks. Means each block has fixed length, same length. Okay, for which to which the parity bits are added for error detection and correction. Okay, so here Hamming code is a block code. Hamming code is used to detect the error and correct the errors. And next one is convolution code. In convolution code, each data stream has arbitrary length. Means here here the block length is not fixed. It may vary according to the application. Okay, so in this session I'm going to explain you about Hamming code only. So Hamming code is a block code. Okay, so it was developed by R.W. Hamming. So in this method, first what we have to do, we have to encode the data bits. We have to encode the data bits by inserting parity bits to the message. In first step, what we have to do, we have to generate the Hamming code. So we have to encode the message bits by adding parity bits. Okay, so what are the parity bits? Parity bits are nothing but extra bits that are generated and located in specific positions itself. Okay, so parity bits means extra bits. We are adding some extra bits to the message. So those bits are generated and located in specific positions itself. Okay, so after adding parity bits to the message is called, that code is called Hamming code. That code is called Hamming code. So when we add the parity bits to the message bits, the total code word is called Hamming code. Hamming code means it contains both message bits and parity bits. Okay, so in first module, so we generated the Hamming code. After that, when the receiver receives this Hamming code and performs recalculation to detect the errors. So after receiving that Hamming code, what the receiver do? So receiver performs the recalculation to detect the errors and find that which position has error occurred. And find that which position has error occurred. Okay, so this is about Hamming code. Next, first one is how to encode a message by using a Hamming code. So see this here, this is the procedure for encoding a message. Okay, so in this procedure, so first step is the calculation of parity bits, number of parity bits. In first step, what we have to do, we have to calculate how many number of parity bits are required to add the message, added to the message. In step 2, positioning of the parity bits. In which position we have to place those parity bits. In third step, we have to calculate the values of each parity bit. We have to calculate the value of each parity bit. So first one is encoding the message into a Hamming code. So how we encode a message into a Hamming code? First step, what we have to do, we have to calculate the number of parity bits required for the required for to generate the Hamming code. Okay, in second step, what we have to do, positioning the parity bits. So in which positions we have to place those parity bits. In step 3, what we have to do, calculate. You have to calculate the each parity bit value. You have to calculate the each parity bit value. Once the parity bits are encoded within the message, this message is sent to the user. Once the message is encoded, this message is sent to a user. So all this process is done at the transmitter. At the transmitter. So generation of Hamming code is done at the transmitter. Okay, so how to encode and how to place the parity bits. So first step is the calculation of number of parity bits. For example, if the message contains m bits and the number of parity bits are required to generate Hamming code is the p number of parity bits. So how we calculate the number of parity bits are required to generate Hamming code? So we calculate by using this formula, that is 2 power p greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. M plus p plus 1. For example, here p is parity bits, m is number of message bits. For example, here I am assuming if m is equal to 1, means if the data contains 4 bits, means number of message bits here is equal to 4. Means 2 power p greater or equal to 5 plus p. So by using this trial and error method, so what we have to do in next step, so just substitute p is equal to 0 and this check whether this condition is satisfies or not. And then next p is equal to 1 and then next p is equal to 2 and then next p is equal to 3. For example, if p is equal to 3, here 8 greater or equal to m is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus p value is 3, means 8 greater or equal to 8, means here 8 is equal to 8. It means it satisfies this condition. If the number of message bits are 4, the number of parity bits are required to encode those message bits is equal to 3. So what is the total Hamming code word length? M plus p. What is the total Hamming code word length? M plus p. So if m is equal to 4, p is equal to 3, what is the total Hamming code word length? That is equal to 7. In first step, what we have to do? We have to calculate the number of parity bits. By using this formula, 2 power p is greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. And next one is the positioning the parity bits. Okay, so the parity bits are always placed at bit positions of powers of 2. The parity bits are always placed at powers of 2, means 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4 and so on. 2 power 0 means 1, 2 power 1 means 2, 2 power 2 means 4, 2 power 3 means 8 and so on. Okay, so these are referred as for position 1 we have to write it as P1. For position 2, parity bit 2 means P2, P4, P8, P16 and so on. So this was the second step. So second step was positioning the parity bits. Okay, so in this example, see here, if m is equal to 7, the number of message bits, parity bits are required to encode 7 message bits. So how many number of parity bits are required here? 4. How many number of parity bits are required here? 4. So what is the total Hamming code word length? 4 plus 7. 4 plus 7 means 11. 4 plus 7 means 11. So we have to give the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 to 11. 1 to 11. So in which positions we have to place the parity bits? Always in 2 powers position. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. So see here, the number of parity bits here are 4. So these are the parity bit positions. Parity bit positions. Okay. And next, step 3, calculating the values of each parity bit. Calculating the values of each parity bit. So here, calculating the value of each parity bit by using even parity scheme or odd parity scheme. So we can calculate the value of parity bit by using either even parity or odd parity. So what is even parity? Even parity means number of ones in the message made to even. What we have to do? We have to make the number of ones in the message to even. For odd parity, what we have to do? The number of 1 bits. The number of 1 bits in the message made to odd. Okay. So this is the even parity scheme. This is odd parity scheme. For example, if the number of parity bits in the message is 3. The number of, the number of ones in the message is 3. By using even parity, what is the parity here? We have to add 1. So we have to add 1. After adding 1, what are the number of bits, ones? What are the number of ones in the message is 4. Okay. So to make the number of ones to even, that is nothing but even parity. To make the number of ones to odd, that is nothing but odd parity. Okay. In this step, what we have to do, we have to calculate the position. We have to calculate the value of each parity bit. We have to calculate the value of each parity bit. For example, if you want to calculate P1, what you have to do, you have to consider these positions. You have to consider these positions. What are those? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. And so on. But here we are excluding 1. Why we are excluding 1? We don't know the value of the position 1. So we have to calculate that value. So exclude that one position and we have to consider the remaining position. In similar way, if you want to calculate the parity bit in position 2, we have to consider these positions 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, and so on. Okay. So in this, we have to calculate the value in position 2. So just exclude 2 and consider remaining positions. In similar way, P3. Okay. So these are the steps to encode the message. To encode the message as a Hamming code. So this is the example to explain you how to encode the given message as a Hamming code. So see here in this example, so this is 7 bit. 7 bit is the message. Number of bits in the message is equal to 7. So what are the number of parity bits required to encode these 7 bits? The number of parity bits are required is 4. How we calculate the number of parity bits required to encode this message? By using the formula 2 power p greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. Okay, so just that is trial and error method. Substitute m value and take the p value randomly. So if p is equal to 4, that satisfies the condition. So here the number of parity bits required are 4. So what is the total Hamming code word length? 4 plus 7 is equal to 11. 4 plus 7 is equal to 11. Okay, so you have to give the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, 11. Okay, and the parity bit positions. What are the parity bit positions? Always powers of 2, 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. So we have 4 parity bits. In third step, what we have to do? We have to calculate each parity position, parity value. We have to calculate each parity value. So how we calculate each parity value? By using this P1, P2, P3, P4. So you may select even parity scheme or you may select odd parity scheme. So these are the values we placed here. And remaining bit positions are message bit positions. So the total Hamming code word generated is like this: 11 000 10 11 00. Okay, so this all message will send to the receiver. This all message will send to the receiver. So the Hamming code word is generated at the transmitter. So after generation of the Hamming code, so the total Hamming code is sent to the receiver. And next one, how to decode a message in Hamming code. Suppose after receiving the incoming message, the receiver performs recalculations in different steps. In different steps to detect and correct the errors. To detect and correct the errors. So, in decoding process, to detect and correct the errors. So, what is the first step? The calculation of the number of parity bits. Calculation of the number of parity bits, and this process is as similar in encoding process by using the formula 2 power p greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. In step 2, positioning the parity bits. Positioning the parity bit. So we have to place the parity bits in 2 powers positions. 2 powers positions. And third step is parity checking. After parity checking, so we have to write the decimal equivalent for the code, whatever we are getting, to detect the error and correct the error. To detect the error and correct the error. So this is the first step in decoding process. So calculation of the number of parity bits. So the number of parity bits calculation depending on the same formula. 2 power p is greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. So if m is number of parity bits, p is number of m is number of message bits, p is nothing but number of parity bits. So by using this formula, we can calculate the number of parity bits and we can calculate the number of message bits in the received code word. In the receiver code word. And next second step is positioning the redundant bits or parity bits. So the positioning of the redundant bits always powers of 2. So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3 and so on. So these are the parity bit positions. These are the parity bit positions. So decoding is nothing but extracting the message from the received code word. From the received code word. And third step in decoding process is parity checking. Parity checking means parity checking means in previous session in encoding process we calculate the parity bit values. Parity bit values. These parity bits are calculated based upon the data bits. Based upon the data bits. In encoding process, we just excluded the parity bit positions to calculate the parity values. To calculate the parity values. But in decoding process, we include the parity bit positions. We include the parity bit positions that are excluded in encoding process. That are excluded in encoding process to detect and correct the errors. Okay, so these are the parity bit checking positions C1, C2, C3. If we have 4 parity checkers, C1, C2, C3, C4. Okay, so this is the parity checking. Just what we are excluded in encoding process, those are just included in this parity checking. Okay, and next is error detection and correction. So for error detection and correction, what we have to do, we have to write just decimal equivalent. We have to write just decimal equivalent. For example, if C4, C3, C2, C1 is equal to 0, 0, 0, means all the positions, all the parity checkings we got 0, 0, 0, means what is the decimal equivalent? 0. What is the decimal equivalent? 0. 0 means there is no error in the received code word. There is no error in the received code word. Otherwise, for example, if C1, C2, C3, C4 is equal to 1001. 1001 means 9. What is the decimal equivalent? 9. Means we have an error occurred in 9th position. We have an error occurred in the 9th bit position. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to correct that position. We have to correct that position. If there is 0, we have to replace 1. If there is 1, we have to replace with 0. Okay, so see here, I am taking one example how to correct. the received code word, how to detect the error and correct the received code word, error in the received code word. So in this example, for example, I am receiving that incoming message like this. Okay, so in first step, what we have to do, we have to calculate the number of parity bits and the number of message bits in the received code word. Okay, so what is the Hamming code word length here? So you see here, the Hamming code word length is 12. What is the Hamming code word length here? 12. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, what is the Hamming code word length here? 11. So write the decimal numbers 1 to 11. Okay, for 1 to 11, we have to represent the parity bit positions here. Okay, P1, P2, P4, P8. After 2 power 3, 2 power 4. 2 power 4 means 16. We don't have here 16th position. Okay, so in this received code word, what are the number of parity bits? Here 4. What are the number of parity bits are here? 4. What are the number of message bits are here? 7. What are the number of message bits here? Or 7. Okay, so that is in step 2. In step 3, what we have to do? We have to check the received code word by using parity checking. By using parity checking means you have to calculate C1, C2, C3, C4. So here we are taking even parity scheme. Okay, so by using even parity, we are calculating C1, C2, C3, C4. That is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Means all the parity checkings are equal to 0. What is the decimal equivalent here? 0. If the decimal equivalent is 0, means there is no error in the received code word. There is no error in the received code word. So see here, I'm taking one example to explain how can we generate Hamming code and how we detect the received code word. So in this example, I'm taking 8-bit message code. 8-bit message. 8-bit message 11000100. So what are the total number of message bits here? 8. So if you want to generate the Hamming code, what is the first step? You have to calculate the parity bits. You have to calculate parity bits. So the number of parity bits, depending on the formula, 2 power p is greater or equal to m plus p plus 1. M is nothing but number of message bits. P is nothing but number of parity bits. Okay, so after calculating, what are the number of parity bits are required to encode this message is 4. Is 4. What is the total Hamming code word length here? 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4, m plus p, message bits, so number of message bits, so plus number of parity bits. 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. Okay, so what is the total Hamming code word length here? 12. In this Hamming code, we have both message bits and parity bits. Okay, in second step, what we have to do? We have to place the parity bits. We have to place the parity bits. Always powers of 2, 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. So these are the parity bit positions, and remaining bit positions are message bits. Remaining bit positions are message bits. So just place in remaining position so with message bits 11000100. So that is second step. So first step, what we have to do, the number of parity bits are calculated. In second step, what we have to do, we have to place the parity bits. We have to give the positions to the parity bits. In third step, what we have to do, we have to calculate the parity bit value. We have to calculate the parity bit value. We have to calculate P1, we have to calculate P2, we have to calculate P4 and P8. So here I am assuming even parity. Even parity. Even parity means we are using here XOR operation. We can use XOR operation. So to calculate P1, so what are the positions we have to consider? 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. So see here, what are the number of ones in this? We are using even parity. What are the number of ones here? 2 ones. Even means what is the parity here? 0. What is the parity here? 0. If the number of ones is odd, what is the parity is equal to? 1. So see, You have to calculate P2. In P2 also the number of ones are even, means parity 0. Here only 1 means that is odd. So to make it even, what is the parity here? You want to equal to 1. And next P8. So the number of 1 is odd. So what we have to do, what is the even parity is 1. Okay, so just place these values in these positions. So P1 is 0, P2 is 0, P3, P4 is 1, P8 is 1. Okay, so after placing these parity bits in these positions, so the total code word is look like this. So this total code word is called Hamming code word. Hamming code word. So Hamming code is here 12-bit code. 12-bit code. In 12-bit code, we have 8 message bits and 4 parity bits. And 4 parity bits. And red mark is represented as a parity, and remaining bit positions are message bit position. So this is the generation of the Hamming code word. So this process is done at the transmitter. And next, after generation, if the generated code word, means that is 12-bit code word, is transmitted through a noisy channel. If it is transmitted through a noisy channel, the received code word is like this. Okay, for example, if we receive same code word, means there is no error. If we receive same code word, means it has no error. For example, if we receive corrupted code word means that has an error. So how to check if the received code word is corrupted or not? Okay, so see here, these are the steps. So what we have to do, what is the main step in the checking process, in decoding process? Parity checking. Okay, so what are the positions we excluded in encoding process that we include this in decoding process? Okay, so same even parity scheme. So x1 is equal to XOR of, sorry, C1 is equal to XOR of, C2 is equal to C4, C8. These are the checkings, parity checkings. Means if C1, C2, C4, C8 is like this, 0, 0, 0, means all zeros. All zeros means what is the decimal equivalent? 0. What is the decimal equivalent? 0. 0 means there is no error in the received code word. For example, after calculating the parity checking, C8, C4, C2, C1 will be like this. If we got like this, means 0, 0, 0, 1. Means what is the decimal equivalent here? 1. What is the decimal equivalent here? 1. Means we have error. Means we have error in the received code word. We have error in the received code word. That is in which position? First position. That is in which position? First position. In first position, what we have here? 0. What we have to do? Just replace 0 by 1. When if we got the parity checking, decimal equivalent is 1, we have an error in the first position. Okay, or else if the parity checking bits C8, C4, C2, C1 is equal to 0, 1, 0, 1. What is the decimal equivalent here? 5. Means we have an error occurred in the position 5. Means we are detecting the errors here. Okay, so Hamming code generally used to detect single bit errors. Next, one more example, 12-bit Hamming code word contains 8 bits of data and 4 bits of 4 parity bits. If we, what is the total Hamming code word length? 12 bit. What is the total Hamming code word length? 12 bit. So in this 12 bit, what is the original 8-bit data word? What is the original 8-bit data word that we are transmitted at the transmitter? So just write the given code word as it is and give the positions to that code word 1 to 12. And in that 1 to 12, P1, P2, P4, P8 are the parity bit positions. P1, P2, P4, P8 are the parity bit positions. What we have to do, you have to check. You have to check the received code word whether it is correct or not, or any error is occurred in that. Okay, so you have to do parity checking. After doing parity checking, what is the decimal equivalent here? What I got here, 0,110. 0,110. 0,110 means sixth position. 0,110 means sixth position. Means I got an error in the sixth position. So what is sixth position is message bit. Sixth position is message bit position. What we have here, 1. Okay, so we detect here the position of the error and we can correct. How can we correct the error? Just replace it with 0. Just replace it with 0. So that is the correct 8-bit data. Correct 8-bit data. Okay, so these are the examples of Hamming code. So Hamming code generally used for single error correction and double error detection. And we can detect double errors and we can correct only single error. Single error. Hamming code is nothing but number of parity bits plus number of message bits. Hamming code length is nothing but the number of parity bits plus the number of message bits. So generally, Hamming code is used to detect the errors, to detect and correct the errors. Okay, so by using Hamming code, we can correct a single bit error and we can detect double errors. We can detect double errors. So this is all about Hamming code. Thank you.